Hello, I'm Josh Eakins, and welcome to another episode of Writing Session. Tonight, this morning, whenever you're watching this, we are going to start editing Chapter 2 of Dracomorphs Part 1. Hopefully, this will, just be. This editing will just take one video, but who knows? I might want to stretch this out. I sort of admit, due to the lack of response to these videos, I'm like, I don't really wondering about stopping them, but then I like that's just the only way I'm going to continue adding to the lore of my clan. So, it's like, but oh yeah, something very interesting happened. I think technically it was yesterday, but I'm such a fucking night owl that I don't consider it the next day until the sun rises. It's like, oh yeah, the midnight is when, the whole new day starts. That's when the next day begins. It's like, no, this doesn't really feel that way when you stay up all night. It doesn't really feel like that. So, but yeah, technically yesterday. Sorry, I'm actually just was checking something and realized I missed a day. Damn. Anyways, yeah, yesterday was my birthday, so when you last met me, I was 31 and now I'm 32, and I meant to have this video started on my birthday, but goddamn, these days when I only have one video to do, I'm just gonna fucking laze around. And then my sort of birthday dinner, at least for now, there may be a birthday dinner part 2, but the birthday dinner part 1 involved baked potatoes heavy on cheese and bacon bits. And in one of the bags, I actually found a really large fucking potato there. And when I got the bag the other day, I just looked at Brian, and Brian's like, "Ooh, I want that one." And I just sort of looked at him like, "I'll fight you for it." Okay. So yeah, I'm 32 years old. Still need to get a proper birthday cake other than the one my dad got me, which was like basically it looked like the cake was crying out for help. And that's the only reason I ate it so quickly. I do have coffee, and let's get started on editing. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll think I'm insane by the end of this. Maybe you already think I'm insane, so fuck it all. Okay. I have a mouth and I can scream. Chapter 2. A new rain falls. Dun dun dun. And as I am putting this up on Archive of Our Own, I'm going to do line breaks. And again, I believe you can do paragraphs or something, but these are really easy for me, and it seems to basically do the same thing nearly. Any of you techie geniuses can comment down below and tell me why I am wrong and how there's a huge difference between line breaks and paragraphs. And you can also start squabbling amongst yourselves of which one is better and blah blah blah. And blah 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 blah. Okay. And I use these line breaks, I do this now for one, for me to not have to go back and do this, and two, it's a nice visual marker of what I've already edited. Okay. And as the last time I edited, I will read aloud. I'm still drinking coffee. Probably not good for me, but I need to stay awake. Not just for this video, but I have other things I need to do, sort of. Rain was rare in the Plaguebringer's territory. It didn't fall often, and when it did, it was not kind. My deity could bring destruction in a single raindrop and allow only the strongest to survive. Today it was raining and there was no cause for joy. The first thing to notice about the rain was that it had a foul stench to it. If I had been in control of my body, I would have passed out from the stench. As it was, I was forced to stay awake through the entire ordeal as Tarek found it more than amusing. At times, he would laugh out loud with other demons. Our pain amused them. Okay, well, you don't like to repeat words too often. If I had been in control, as it was, I was forced. I, at times, he would laugh. If you do want to correct any of my spelling, you can comment down below, but spelling will be corrected when I post it on Archive of Our Own, and I'll be able to use the spell check that Firefox has. It was, at times he would, okay, the thing was I didn't like two versions of amuse being used, in the same paragraph so close to each other, so I switched out amusing to humorous. So let me double check that that feels like the correct word. As it was, I was forced to stay awake through the entire ordeal as Tarek found it more than humorous. At times, he would laugh out loud with the other demons. Our pain amused them. Yeah, I think that works. That's work. The other thing about the rain was that it burned through my skin. The other thing about the rain, because it's not, I don't know, through just seems like a better word usage because it's burning through the skin into, through sort of sounds a little more violent to me, while into seems like you're just walking into a door. Like, hey, hi, like that's it. Just the rain's going, hi, how you doing? I'm going to go in and go to sleep now. I burned through my skin. This made me want to flee. Once gone from this area, a cure could be formed. Great, just seemed really fucking odd there. Once gone from this area, a cure could be created. Or maybe it was mere fear that was making me want to fly away from this place. Want to fly away from this horror and pretend the demons didn't actually exist. We are here, Tarek replied with a laugh. You will never get rid of us. You will suffer until the day you die. You have no freedom anymore. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I love you, Tarek. My demon was right. All my freedom was gone. All of it was non-existent. Only when I was a hatchling was there any way for me to make a choice. Only when I had been a hatchling, only when I had been a hatchling Only when I had been a hatchling had there been any way for me to make a choice. But then Tarek and the others had come. Oh, wait. Ah, damn, I don't like to use a but there. It's like, what are you arguing with, bitch? Only when I had been a hatchling had there been any way for me to make a choice. Then Tarek and the others had come. Now the only thing left for me was to feel pain and rage. There is nothing left to do now but let the rain burn me. Now the only thing left for me. There's nothing. Again, I'm using left too fucking often there. Okay, left to else. Then Tark and the others had come. Now the only thing left for me was to feel pain and rage. There's nothing else to do now but let the rain burn me. Tark forced me to experience each drop with more intensity than before. He was on my brain or in it. I couldn't tell which. All that was known to me was that he could make me feel anything. Of course, he wasn't able to abuse that ability as he needed my body to function. But days like today, he used me as his plaything to take vengeance on wrong he thought I'd done. Maybe we should visit your mother. Oh god, sorry about that. That was really fucking stupid there. Tarek said as he walked around the clan. I am sure her suffering will be great. You could comfort her. Please, I begged, don't hurt her anymore. You do not have a choice. Dang, dang. Okay, let's save the progress there, folks, and let's continue, huh? Yoo-hoo. Coffee, 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 coffee. You know, what else am I going to do tonight than this lovely little thing? I still have to water some of my plants. Yeah, and do laundry. Something's moving around the house that sounds like someone's knocking. I think it's just Rev Resner working in the kitchen every now and again because it's really weird. Really, really weird there. I have a fic that's a sequel series to another fic series. And I've been like playing with the idea of killing off Jorah Mormont. And the thing is, in the two series, there are multiple versions of different characters. And in Rinduology, there were like two versions of Jorah. Now, in of Consequences of Ice and Fire, there are two versions of Jorah. And the Jorah I'm referring to killing is the one that has been there since chapter 1 of the Rinduology. And I'm like playing around with what I could do because it won't happen till way far in the future now, but like if I'm going to kill him off, I want to make sure it's not just for shock value because that character does not deserve it. Okay, now back to this lovely fanfic. He was right. If he wanted me to see my mother suffering, he could do that. He could take me over to her and taunt. Okay, God damn it. I'm trying to reword this sentence so it makes sense, but I don't want to use he again. You can do. He could okay, he was right. If he wanted me to see my mother suffering, he could do that. He could take me over to her to taunt us both. I think that's as good as the sentence is going to get. If you have any other suggestions, please comment down below. If her demon was in the mood, she would exaggerate her. Okay, if her demon was in the mood, she would exaggerate her pain, which would make everything. Let's see. If her demon was in the mood, she would exaggerate. God damn, the her and she is just so fucking confusing in that one space of time. So it could either be, I could say something like, oh, her demon, and they're just used so much so confusingly because they're both the same gender. But that to me just feels like just like an excuse. Like, yeah, it's not really crappy. You just look at this. I am actually smart. And if I have to think so long about justifying something, then to me, that means it's been written poorly and I need to rewrite it to actually explain it. Because, you know, if it isn't clear to you, the writer, then there's no chance in hell that the reader will make sense of it. Now, even if you're trying to do something deep psychological and you're all about doing something extremely artistic and high class, it still needs to be apparent to you what you're doing. Because if it's some like mind fuck the readers have to figure out, if you have no clear idea of what the end goal actually is, you're just going to have a bunch of confused readers that won't have a good payoff. Okay, I'm going to go then with rearranging the sentence so that uh, Kali refers to the demon as it, showing that she doesn't think of the demon as being worthy of respect, especially as the demon's going into her mother, in her mother. Sorry. Sorry about that. The thing was that the keyboard is not lit up and it's a confusing keyboard when it's not lit up. If her demon's in the mood, it would exaggerate her pain, which would make everything. Okay, now that's much fucking clearer to me than it was before. So if I understand something, the my readers will have a better chance at understanding it. I didn't want to think about it. I shouldn't be thinking about it until it happened. Oh, start thinking about it now, Tark said with a laugh. At least prepare yourself. I won't, I argued. Preparing will just bring me pain. My demon forced me to watch as the rain started to tear into my clansmates. Okay, this needs to be an apostrophe at the end there. And if you're wondering about that, it's because the skin belongs to our clanmates. Therefore, clanmate's skin. And I think there was an extra M wandering about, like, hello, I'm an M. I just want to hang out. Hey, this is a good word to go to. Hi, guys. My demon forced me to watch as the rain started to tear into my clanmates' skin. In the old days, such defeat. In In the old days, such disfiguration would be praised to the clan bringer. I can't speak tonight, folks. In the old days, such disfiguration would be praised to the plague bringer. We would all try to see who could get the most wounds without dying. I hate feeling sleepy. Sleep is for the weak. I'm gonna go to sleep later. Never said I was strong. No one got this right. We would all try to see who could get the most wounds without dying. It was a deadly game, but that was life. Anything valuable in the world was hard to get. Lesser deities would lend their followers help, but the Plaguebringer knew this was a mark of weakness. A shiver went through my mind as I looked at a Fae. The rain had burned part of his head open, and I could see the demon inside. It was white like the ice warden snow. For a moment, it could be imagined that it meant no harm. For a moment, okay. Okay, I clarify this sentence here. Instead of it could be imagined, I just felt like that was, I don't know, didn't feel right. It was like, I guess it felt less personal somehow. For a moment, one could imagine that it meant no harm. That the demon just felt like using it there was tiptoeing around something. For a moment, one could imagine that the demon meant no harm, but I knew better than to fall in love with it. The majority of its body was wrapped around the Fae's brain. From the brain, it went around the dragon's spine. The dragon still had too much flesh for me to see the rest of the body. Don't think about it, Tark said as he read my mind faster than me. Tark said as he read my mind faster than my thoughts formed. Tark said as he read my mind faster than my thoughts formed. I think that's the other way was correct, but I don't know, this just feels a little more poetic. There is no hope for you. Tarek turned our eyes away from the Fae, but the image was still in my mind. Try as I might, I couldn't follow my demon's orders. If the ring was strong enough to tear into dragons, it could mean the end for the demons. With a simple rainfall, the invasion would be over. It took all my self-control not to burst out laughing, not to taunt my demon. As he continued with his duties, I was left to imagine things for myself. If this ring could tear into demons, and for some fucking reason, and I made demons possessive for. I mean, demons possess people, but and maybe they're possessive. But anyways, that word, that demons was not supposed to be possessive. As he continued with his duties, I was left to imagine things for myself. If this ring could tear into demons, they would experience great pain before dying. My jaws could go around the heads of my clanmates and free them from the pain. My jaws will be covered with blood and the scare remains of the demons. No, that wasn't right. If I destroyed the demons that way, then my clanmates would be killed too. Why did that make me feel more afraid than it already did? You aren't fit to be free, Tarek replied. Not anymore. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that whole thing. You aren't fit to be free not anymore. Actually, is sort of correct, and it's like I don't want to really be saying a demon is correct, but sort of, a demon is sort of correct here, so because Kali is not used to having freedom. And if she's not used to having freedom, she can act wrongly, which you will see very soon. And for those of you who haven't been keeping up with the videos, and this is the first one, we already answered that question of what's going to happen later in this chapter. I think this is going to be the last thing I'm going to be doing. And I'm sorry if the video is a little too short. It's just that I just feel so sleepy. I mean, I'm starting to yawn, which is not a good sign. And then Rev Resner's physical therapist or someone is going to be coming around 8 a.m. So, I need to sort of be rested. And I had a tiring day today, uh, consisting of going to doctor's appointments. And it was just so fucking like by the end, I'm just like poop. So fuck. I'm sorry, quick. Once I started yawning, I know that, and I've been drinking coffee. That that's a sign when yeah. Sorry, I meant to get much further, but yeah, yeah. I did mean to go a lot fucking further, but yeah, I'm going to go with my own health over a video series that no one seems to fucking watch. So yeah. Was he right? Could it be that my unstable rage made me unable to act in a logical fashion? Or was he only using my fears to taunt me as was his way? A wild claw came over and observed our burns. Unfortunately, no part of my head or spine was exposed. There was no choice for me. Hopefully, one of my clanmates would become freed and able to lead a life, one with hopes and dreams of his own. Is it serious? Tarek asked. No, the wild claw shook her head. Keep using the recommended spells. In a few days, we should have a medicine for this. And if my host dies, one of our newly acquired clans should have a host for you, though nothing will be able to be done until then. Until what then? That makes no sense, so I am just going to say I wasn't fucking thinking about that sentence and erase it. And folks, if you write a bad sentence, don't feel bad to erase it. If you want to totally redo your work, do it. Although like way back when I started to write to write a story, and I was like, okay, I think I can do so much better, and just rewrote the whole fucking thing. I haven't done that, oh god, so many years, but it's still an option sometime. And that incident sort of proved to me how important editing was. Writing is good, but editing is really when you can fine-tune things. And if you want to get all crazy editing, go ahead. You might find that you have a much stronger story for it. And if my host dies, one of our newly acquired clans should have a host for you. And you are sure that the ring can't harm me? It can cause us a great deal of pain, but not death. You will survive unless you choose suicide. No, there had to be something the Wild Claw had forgotten. Hopefully the situation was much worse than those in charge would want to... Let me see. Hopefully the situation was much worse than those in charge wanted to admit. I wouldn't do... Okay, let's try to add a T after that I. Hopefully the situation was much worse than those in charge wanted to admit. It wouldn't do to have a panic, after all. Tark made me feel the pain more tense. I think that's sort of fixing the word. Tark made me feel the pain more intensely than before until my thoughts softened. Stop those dreams of yours, Tarek hissed. Stop that hope. We will soon have a cure for this problem. All you can do now is hope. All you can do now is hope, which will take you nowhere. I understand, I replied meekly. But aren't you worried about your safety? I have been to many worlds, dragon, and have faced many enemies. It has been a long time since my birth, and it has been a long time since my birth, and it will be a while until my death. This reign is nothing but a minor inconvenience. Okay, sorry guys, I meant to go so much further in this editing session, but I'm just so fucking pooped. Once I start yawning, that's just a clear sign to me that, oh Jess, you should like probably start thinking of going to bed, just thinking of it as maybe a possibility. Just consider it. So yeah, that's as much editing as we'll be doing today, just because again, I'm putting my health over these videos. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions of what I did today, please comment below and let me know. Maybe you'll learn something as a writer. Maybe you'll teach me something so I can become a better writer. So please like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and the next video I will do will be more of my Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate dramatic reading. So again, the next video will be more of my dramatic reading of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate on Friday. Again, on Friday, you will experience more of my dramatic reading of Animorphs number 5, The Predator by K. Applegate. And until next video, Goodbye.